You're listening to the Geriatric Mamas podcast with Jessica Raziri
and Sonia Tapley.
2024.
Is it 2024 or 20? Okay, yeah, 2024.
2024. That is crazy. We survived.
I know.
The new year.
Yeah,
we survived another year.
I don't know why I'm so excited about this one. Like last year, I wasn't that excited. Like we partied, but I wasn't that excited. And this year, I'm excited.
No, I'm excited that 2023 is fucking over.
That's what it is, isn't it?
It was a beating. Like it was like, you know, everybody talks about like COVID to a lot of people was like a horrible time and horrible years, and it was awful. Like I feel like I thrived during COVID. Like I really like loved it.
Yeah.
But this past year was just, and we're going to get into it, but like I just feel like myself and my family just really took a beating. So I literally feel like we survived.
Yeah.
We're here and it's a new year and we're starting fresh. And I'm just like, thank God it's over. Let's try that again. Well, I don't want to try it again. I want to move on. But like, you know what I mean? It's just
let's
kind of
not
like,
have a do-over.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this is our little New Year's special. We were supposed to have Molly today. I know we hyped that up last week. She is coming, I promise. We had a little glitch with the scheduling. So that's going to be in like another week or 2 weeks or so, but it's definitely going to be happening. So instead, we thought with this being the first official week of January, today is January 4th. So when this comes out, it'll be the second. So when this comes out, it'll be like the first official full work week in January when this comes out. But this is like, you know, the first week where it's like people are still getting back from vacation. They're still traveling. I know my brain is still in vacation.
We were there. We were like today, like Thursday of this week last year, we were on our way to go see you guys.
Oh my God, you were. That's right.
We were eating our charcuterie board and having our margaritas that you and Adam spent so much time on. Yeah.
That was so fun last year. So we thought we'd kick things off with a little geriatric New Year's special. So today we're going to share how we ring in the new year. Spoiler alert, it's not that exciting.
I didn't. Yeah. I mean, mine was kind of exciting, but not really. Not really. I forgot.
We're going to recap how this past year went, our personal goals, as well as goals for this podcast and this community that we've created, and some ways for ensuring that we actually follow through with said goals because, you know, we've really, you know, we've really driven home our whole thing when it comes to follow through. Although I feel like pretty soon I can stop saying that because I feel like we're turning a new leaf. Like this podcast is proof that we can. Maybe that should be one of our goals is to like really work on our follow through.
That's a good. Why did we not put that down as
of all our goals? That's like the one that really should be there. And it's just like, no. You know why? It's because we didn't have follow through.
It's because we didn't have follow through. At this point, it's so funny because I feel like it's this unspoken rule that no matter what happens, like literally come hell or high water, we're recording and we're getting that episode out on Thursday. Like even if there's no show notes to go with it, even if you didn't have time to to edit out all of our like the episode is going out on a Thursday.
Yeah. That is something that's happening every time. You know what it is though? It's because like we like kind of have no choice but to have a follow through with that because how embarrassing.
Right?
How embarrassing.
That is my driving my driving force.
People are listening. People are listening. And so it's like it's not just us. Like if it was just us, it's just like, not a big deal. It's fine. But it's like people are actually listening and they'll definitely notice. So and we actually were called out by a listener for being a little behind with our YouTube videos. So they're caught up now. Those are caught up. So we're good.
Oh, good.
They're there.
Good. I'm so happy to hear that.
They're out there. I mean, it's all the 15-minute teasers. And the reason that was delayed, well, first it was delayed because, you know, life happened for the first one. And then we were trying to get verified so we could get like the full length episodes. But then like that turned into a bigger thing. There's an issue there. We need to figure it out. So
I'm starting to think it's like you need to go in under your personal account and then click into Geriatric Mamas, because I think it's under like, technically I think the ownership is still
Mhm.
under your personal account in some way. I was thinking
It
about this, like
probably
these are the
is.
things when I can't sleep at night, these are the things that pop into my brain. I don't know why.
Yeah, that it probably is totally on me.
Well, it's not like you would
So,
know. Like
yeah,
you're
well,
busy.
I'll figure it out. I'll look
Yeah.
into it. I've been really consumed. I've been really like deep into the documentary about Natalia Grace. Have you
Hmm?
been watching those,
No.
the documentaries on them? Do you know that whole thing about Natalia Grace?
No. No,
Sonia.
I don't know it.
Oh my God, you need to get caught up. This is the girl that there was a whole okay, I feel like this is a whole other podcast episode. But this is the girl who she's from the Ukraine. She was
Mhm.
adopted. She has dwarfism,
Mhm.
and her adoptive parents claim that she had a form of dwarfism that essentially makes it so that she looks younger than she really is.
Oh, I
And
saw
that
an
yeah,
article
remember
about
they
it.
were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's like real life orphan and all this stuff."
Yeah.
And so it was like this huge, like juicy story. Like, what the fuck? They were
Mhm.
claiming that she was trying to kill them, like all this stuff. And so
Mhm.
there was this like long documentary a few months back, and then they came out recently, and it was with like the Barnett side, her adopted
Mhm.
her parents' side. And the guy, Michael Barnett, is like wackadoodle. He's crazy. He's so theatrical and animated. It's really it's like uncomfortable to watch because he does that whole
Mhm.
thing where he's like trying to make himself cry and like there's no
Mm.
tears and it's just like
Mhm.
so over the top and it's just
Oh,
ugh, I
no.
can't. It's so
Oh,
cringe.
no.
Well, this
Especially when a man does it, it's so
it's so cringe. Oh, wait till you see this
awful.
guy. It's awful.
Yeah.
But then now there's another part of it. It's the second part, and it's Natalia's side.
Mhm.
And it's really coming out that she actually was a child. And so they literally
Oh my
left
god.
an 8-year-old. I know I'm getting like choked up because when you think about it, because I was telling my husband, I'm like, when you think about it being, if we believe the Barnett story, then it's like, oh my God, this is crazy. This is like the real life orphan. Like,
Mhm.
wow, it's like a riveting, like captivating story. You want to hear all the juicy details, right?
Mhm.
But if they're wrong and
Mhm.
you believe Natalia, then
Mhm.
that means you have to then accept the fact that a 7 or 8-year-old girl
Mhm.
was mentally, physically abused and neglected
Mhm.
and left to basically who's also has handicapped
Mhm.
issues. Like they put her in this apartment with all these stairs
Mhm.
that she couldn't even get up and down. They took her walker, they took her like special shoes that she needs. They
Oh
like
my
stripped her of
god.
everything to survive. Like
Yeah.
it's just awful. So it literally shifts the shifts the story where you're like,
Mhm.
okay, it's no longer I mean, it's still like you're what the fuck is going on, but it
Yeah.
goes from like Hollywood fascinating, like this is great for TV to like what the actual fuck? This is fucked
Yeah.
up. This is
Yeah.
awful, you know?
Yeah.
So
Really dark.
it really sucks. It's really dark, yeah. But it's just really good. So I've been like staying up late, like watching that
Mhm.
instead of doing
Well,
the YouTube shit.
or well,
So
you got me, was it you that got me hooked on wanting to watch Southern Charm? And now here we are. Mike and I are like fully hooked and judging every second and laughing at every second of this show. And so now, as
so
soon as
good.
Annabelle falls asleep, we're like, where's the remote? Where's the remote? And we like put
Yeah.
Southern Charm on, and I'm texting Jessica madly.
Yeah, well, it's funny because some of the names of the people that you mentioned, I actually
Mhm.
forgot about them.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Not to ruin anything, but like
Yeah.
people kind of come and go.
Yeah.
And then there's some that are like staple OGs that stay all the way through. But
Yeah.
I
I
actually
kind of
kind of
have an
forgot about some of the
idea.
names, and you were like,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh God. I was like, oh well, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm not worried about
Yeah.
her.
No, Mike has kind of like
So
been Googling stuff over in the corner because I'm just like, I get so
ruining it.
heated.
Yeah.
I get so heated about certain situations. So Mike's just over there, like, nose to his phone, Googling where
Yeah.
everyone's at. And I'm like, don't tell me.
Yeah, you're like, let
I
me
wanna-
guys.
I
I
have a
know. That's
little bit
the
of an
worst
idea.
part when you like finally get into something that like happened. Like I just got into Working Moms. I binged the whole thing through. I finished all the
Hmm.
seasons. I'm like, oh, this is so sad. I really liked having it on. But I was like very careful not to like Google certain things because I didn't
Uh-huh.
want it to like spoil stuff for me. But it like happened so long ago, so you're just like, oh, I can't Google anything. I
Yeah.
gotta wait. But here we are. We're talking about how we have no follow through, and we're going off topic of what our episode is
Of
with
course we are.
not following through.
Do
But
we
yeah,
want to
so
get into the topic? I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
instead of doing the YouTube shit, I've
Mhm.
been really researching heavily Natalia Grace, and you really need to look into it because it's
Yeah.
trending. It's crazy right now. But
Yeah.
oh, and one more thing. Did you see that Gypsy Rose posted her first selfie of freedom?
Yes, I saw that. I almost put it in our show notes for last week, but I feel like everyone has seen it, whether they wanted to or not.
Oh,
So,
wait. Oh my God. One more thing before we move on.
what?
Also, did you see, and I don't know if this is true or not, but did you see that Stassi Schroeder is a distant cousin of Gypsy Rose?
No.
I think it was like a 23andMe thing.
Oh
I
my
don't know if I don't know where
gosh.
this initial no, but she's not. I don't think she's excited about it. I
No,
don't
I'm
know.
sure. Well, the
But
whole thing is she related on the mom side or the dad side?
I don't
And
know. I don't know. I don't know. I
all
just
that.
literally saw it was kind of trending and I didn't like look
Mhm.
into it because I went back
Yeah.
to Natalia Grace. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I was just like, oh my God, that's crazy. So
Did she just
anyway,
get the chance to
oh,
do the 23andMe? Because all of a sudden my email's popping up telling me I have new relatives to see on 23andMe. So now I'm scared. However, I am locked out of my account because I can't remember my password, which is pretty much the same for everything I get into. So I don't understand why I'm getting locked out of all of my apps lately. So I like probably have a reset password link for 23andMe, and now I need to know.
hmm. Yeah,
Just kidding.
you should probably figure that out. Watch you also be a distant
Great.
cousin
All of a
of
sudden,
Gypsy Rose.
everybody's a distant cousin of Gypsy Rose because she's out of jail and she got to do her test.
Well, I mean, what is it? Like, where is she from? Louisiana, Kentucky? I don't even know.
I don't know either.
Well, they spread a lot of love, is all I'm gonna say. So who
Mhm.
knows? Maybe they have a lot of cousins, a lot of
Mhm.
a lot of distant cousins.
Mhm.
Okay, Sonia. So let's
Yeah.
I keep like going off. I feel like this is turning into just a whatever episode. What true crime podcast. We're quickly
Yeah.
going to change the direction of this podcast. Reality TV and true crime. Okay, Sonia. So how about you share with me, because I actually haven't talked to you,
Yeah, I know.
and our listeners, how did you ring in the new year?
So, this was the quietest year ever, except for when I was pregnant with Annabelle. We stayed home and we kept our Christmas tree up and all that. So we would still have like the pretty lights and, all that. And we just had like our little indoor, it looked like candles going. And then,
Oh,
yeah, we got 2 bottles of champagne and a charcuterie board. And we let Annabelle kind of splurge on some of her favorite shows. And then once she fell asleep, we started watching the movie New Year's Eve, which was kind of cute. There's a lot of people in it. There's a lot of good actors in it, but it's kind of, I think it was like filmed in 2013 or something. So it's kind of old, but it was really cute. And then 10 minutes after that got over was basically midnight when the ball was dropping, and then we watched Ryan Seacrest ring in the new year, and I like went up to bed right after that because I was so tired. And Mike like sent me a video of Ryan Seacrest being tackled by this lady who won the $1 million. She like won $1 million, and then
what?
she like tackled Ryan Seacrest, and like it looked like she tried to make out with him. I'm not sure, but anyways, I sent the video to my brother because my brother and I were talking, and I sent the video to my brother, and he's like, "Well, like talk about sexual harassment." And then he like, as soon as like she got off of him, he like started hiding behind people and like shoving other people over to like talk. It was so awkward. But I was talking to my brother basically all the way through the movie because we found out that one of our cousins, he's like a third cousin, I want to say, he always does fireworks at his house every year. And it's like right down like on the pier in Pine Point, like basically where you and I had lunch that day when you were here.
Oh, okay, cute.
Yeah, and so they always set off fireworks, and my brother is an insurance adjuster, and he gets messages anytime there's a fire. Well, he sent me this screenshot, and the house caught on fire. Like a firework must have like shot back at the
Oh
house, and yeah, like the middle part of the house like burned. So
no. Oh My
Yeah.
God.